Some hikes remind me to push my limits. This one reminded me I don't have to. Before the first light reached the ridges, I started in darkness. Just me, a quiet trail, and the beam of my headlamp cutting through the still air. The cold felt grounding, the silence expansive. I wasn't in a hurry. There was nothing to prove. I moved forward simply because it felt good to move. The tunnel appeared like a portal into another world, its quiet echo amplifying the sound of each footstep. There was a calm surrender in walking through it, a passage from the world of doing into the world of being. As I emerged, the sky was just beginning to blush with color, reminding me how beauty often happens without force, without effort. As I climbed, the darkness softened into shades of orange, red, purple, and blue. The kind of colors that make you stop mid-step just to take them in. The urge to keep moving was there, the part of me that likes progress, that still measures worth by how much I can accomplish. But I didn't need to listen to that voice today. There's something quietly radical about slowing down in a world that tells us to move faster, be better, do more. Years ago, decades ago, when I was a competitive gymnast, everything revolved around precision, mastery, and achievement. Pushing harder, reaching higher, landing perfectly. Even long after leaving the sport, that inner drive to perform followed me. It still shows up sometimes, disguised as discipline or ambition. But here, on this mountain, there's no scorecard, no competition, no finish line, just the rhythm of my breath and the crunch of dirt beneath my feet. Today, I wasn't chasing elevation gain. I was chasing ease, that quiet exhale that comes when you stop needing to prove anything. Every few minutes, I paused, letting my gaze wander across the ridgelines. The light shifted constantly, painting the same mountains in entirely new moods. That's the thing about stillness. It reveals motion you'd otherwise miss. There's power in opposite action, in moving against the grain of old habits. For so long, I associated strength with effort, with the grind of pushing through. But maybe strength can also mean softening, allowing, and listening. Maybe strength looks like honoring the body instead of overriding it. On this trail, the slower I went, the more alive everything felt. At the summit, the wind greeted me first, cool and steady. I reached the top just as the sun rose fully over the horizon, flooding the landscape in gold. It wasn't triumph I felt, but peace, a sense of having arrived without striving to get here. Standing still, I could see layers of mountains stretching endlessly into the distance, the world unfolding with quiet confidence. I didn't conquer this peak. I shared a morning with it, and that felt deeply enough. This is the freedom I've been seeking, not the high of accomplishment, but the relief of release. Freedom from comparison. Freedom from perfection. Freedom to move slowly, breathe deeply, and notice the way the light changes everything it touches. As I made my way back down, the sun was fully awake. The trail that began in darkness now shimmered in warmth. Every shadow had softened. There's strength in ambition, but there's also wisdom in rest. Every so often, we need a hike like this to slow down, to listen, to remember that we're already enough without proving it. Not every summit is about climbing higher. Some are about slowing down and realizing that's where freedom begins.